Welcome back. I just ate some chilaquiles and I am happy. Let's begin with the next step. Okay, everybody, do you have the participant worksheets too? Magdalena, why don't you eat while you learn? Okay, good. What are you eating, Magdalena? Oh, nice. All right. All right, so Brenda says she has this page. Daniel and Magdalena, do you have this page? Yes. All right, cool. Well, let's begin. Look at the examples of activities from supplementary materials. For each activity, say A, what type of supplementary activity is it? 2, where is it from? And C, what is the teacher's reason for choosing it? All right, so let's look at number 1. Write out the sentences using the most appropriate tense or form of the verb in brackets. Let me help you with number 1 to 4. A, it's a grammar activity. The grammar activity. Where does it come from? Using the most appropriate tense or form in the brackets. Where is it from? It's from a book with language practice activities or maybe a website and let's see, or resource book, or some people call it the workbook. And what's the teacher's reason for using it? Well, what we have here is to provide additional practice in tenses. All right, so let's examine this again quickly. Write out the sentences using the most appropriate tense or form of the verb in the brackets. A, what type of supplementary activity is it? It is a grammar activity, right? Because we're talking about the tenses and the verb in the brackets. Where is it from? Where is this activity from? It can be from a book with language activities, a website or a resource book, a workbook. And what is the teacher's reason for using it? To provide, sorry, provide should only have one O, to provide additional practice in tenses. All right? Now, the reason why I'm going to help you with 1, 2, 3, or 4 is so you can get an idea of what we have to do, because these are very, broad statements. And let's see. Brenda, could you help me read number 2?
Number 2, working in groups of 3. Look at the following 8 photographs and choose at least 6 of them. Arrange these in an order that makes a good story. Discuss the development of the story in the group and invent any details that you need. Then, working individually, write the story.
Write a story. Okay. So what type of supplementary activity is this? Okay. Reading?
I think it's writing, and they
Uh-huh.
are using a storytelling.
So it's a speaking and narrative writing, right?
Yes.
All right. And where is it from? It can be from a book with skills activities. And the teacher will probably use this to provide additional fluency practice and narrative writing practice. Okay, so that there is no like specific place where you can find these answers. This is all something that you can do, and if you can put it in your own words, that's fine. Let's see, number 3, working groups of 5 or 6. Each member of the group tells a story that is either completely true or completely false. The other members of the group must decide whether they think the story is true or not. All right. So this right here, my friend, is a speaking activity. Exactly. Very good. Where is it from? Look, Cleopatra. Maybe it's Nelly. Welcome, Cleopatra. All right. So book with skills activity. Now, what is the teacher's aim or the reason for choosing it? Why do you think the teacher might be using this? Really?
About speaking. Well, to get extra practice about fluency, not exactly about
Yes,
speaking, about
exactly. To provide fluency practice in the form of a game.
Okay.
Yeah, now
Question here, sorry.
What'd you say?
I have a question.
Tell me.
I know you said a moment ago that this is not, um, we don't have a specific place to find for the answers, but I'm thinking on the test. If I have to do something like this, and for example, on number two, I just write speaking and writing, and that's all, would it be okay?
Oh, on the test, you're not gonna have that. It's gonna be A, B, C, or D.
I know, but well, that's something I have to deal with. I mean, yeah, I got my point. Okay, it's
All
okay.
right.
Thank you. Sorry.
Don't worry, don't worry. Number 4. The following are all types of fruit. Fill in the correct words under each picture. What did you say, Magdalena? All right. What kind of activity do you think is number 4? Yeah. Yeah, very good. It's about vocabulary, yes. Where do you think it is from? Book, workbook, worksheet? Okay. Vocabulary, book, vocabulary worksheet, vocabulary workbook. Yes. And C, where is the teacher's aim or a reason for choosing it? Why might a teacher use this activity? Yes. Provide. I'm going to combine your answers. To provide vocabulary practice, to provide vocabulary practice for the lexical set. Fruits. All right. Now, I want you to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Remember, the more specific you can be, the better. All right, I'm going to give you, let's say, 3 minutes to do this, and we're going to check it as a class. All right, so please get your pencils and do the last 4. All right, everyone, are you finished? No? Okay. Let me know when you are finished, please. Okay, Brenda's ready. Magdalena's ready. All right. So let's begin. Now, for number 5, what did you put for 5A? What type of supplementary activity is this? You are a student, you see an advertisement for an apartment to rent in the newspaper and decide to put to phone about it. Student B owns a flat. You begin like this. Good morning, I'm phoning about the apartment. Yes, this is speaking. Very good. Speaking, role play. Very good. Now, what about 5B? Where's this activity from? Okay, Brenda, you are correct. It's from a skill book. Now, it can be from a book, it can be from a worksheet as well. Okay, book with developing formal skills. Interesting one. What do you mean by formal skills, Magdalena? No, book is okay. Um, book is okay. The thing is that skills book is like the most common answer. But you know, some books have skill activities and some worksheets have a skill activities. Okay. I see. I see what you're saying. Well, you just got a little specific, but yes, it's a skills book. And 5C, what do you think it is? Brenda was ready for that. Okay. For fluency practice. Provide fluency practice. Okay. To provide practice in a real situation. To practice language taught earlier. All right. Or about a specific topic. Okay. That's good too. Cleopatra, we would like to know who you are. All right. Now look. Number 6. Listen to these dialogues. Mark the boxes where the intonation goes down and when the speaker is simply answering a question. Mark the boxes where the intonation goes up when the speaker is asking a question. Oh my gosh, and number 6, 6A. Is your middle name Cleopatra? What type of supplementary material is activity number 6? Okay, it is a listening, intonation. Very good. Not pronunciation. We're not learning how to pronounce the word. It's just how it goes up and how it goes down. All right, now 6B. Where is this from? Like, where can we find this activity? Okay, very good. In a phonetics book. Intonation for the listening skills. Okay, okay. Listening skills book. And we also have a website. And now C, what is the teacher's aim or reason to use this? 6C. To provide very good. Provide listening and intonation. Not pronunciation practice, because here we are not like focusing on the pronunciation. Yes, maybe this activity can help with our pronunciation, but you know the intonation is usually used like in questions and statements. The register is, remember, is the formality. Am I being formal or informal? In this case, it wouldn't have anything to do with it. All right, now number 7. Listen to the song and fill in the gaps in the transcript. What do you have for 7A? What type of subsidiary activity is this? Let me change the color. Yes, listening. Gap filling. All right. What about 7B? Where is this from? Where can I find this? Okay. Websites, worksheets, workbooks, CDs, maybe. Okay. And C, what is the reason of using this? To provide? Okay, maybe, yeah, it can be for vocabulary. Okay, maybe specific tense. Yes, yes. To focus on the form. Okay, you want to make it a grammar activity. All right. Now, in my book, it says this: to practice listening using authentic material. provide listening practice using authentic material. To provide comprehension. Okay, yes, a listening comprehension, right? When they sing. Okay, you're talking about another skill. And number 7. Oh, yes, I see. I made a mistake. There. All right. Thank you, Magdalena. Now let's see. Read the articles from the also in the news section and say what they have in common. 3, 1, 2. What type of supplementary activity is 8? Reading comprehension. Excellent. And where is it from? Okay. Newspaper, website, and sometimes even a magazine. All right. And C. What is the teacher's aim or reason for using it? To provide practice. Read the articles from also in the news section and say what they have in common. Okay. Provide opinion speaking practice. Okay. For speaking, real context, interaction. Yes. All right. All of those are good. Speaking and writing from a real context. Okay. Well, that is that for this. Do you have any questions? Or can we continue? All right. Let's continue then. Now, does everybody have this sample task? Yes? Okay. Now, in order for us to complete this sample task, we need to look at this activity over here. All right? This activity over here. Let me explain it. So for questions 1 to 7, look at the supplementary materials for elementary learners and the 3 possible ideas for exploiting them. 2 of the ideas are appropriate in each situation. 1 idea is not appropriate. Mark the idea which is not appropriate on your answer sheet. Okay. So we have to look at both things, right? Let's look at number one. The material would be useful for practicing present simple questions, prepositions of time, or reported speech. Remember, two are correct and one is not correct. Okay, so look, planning a day out. A, it is Tuesday, 4 December. You are going to New York for the day. You arrive at 9:30. The last train home leaves at 22:35. You want to visit the castle, go on a railroad, go to da da da. You want to plan your day, so ring up your tourist information center and ask about opening and closing times. Decide what you are going to do and when you are going to do it. You may not be able to do everything. Draw in your route on the map. Okay. So, Magdalena, you said that the material would be useful for practicing the present simple questions, the prepositions of time, but not the reported speech, correct? All right, very good. So, the thing that is not appropriate is C. Yes, the thing that is not appropriate is C. Oh, yes, you have to be really careful, Nelly. You know, we have had problems with students because they didn't see the instructions where it says choose the one that is not appropriate. And that becomes a problem. I think even for myself, I had a problem with that. For example, this has 7 questions, and I would do 5 questions correct, but then I forget that I'm supposed to circle the wrong ones. So the other 2, I circled what was correct, and I lost some points for that too. So yes, we got to take it slowly and read the instructions. Well, not a problem. 2, the activity would probably work well with teenagers, young children, or young adults. Which one is not appropriate? Yes, it really wouldn't work with young children. My question is, what activity is talking about? Oh, we're talking about this activity right here. I don't know if you have it. Yes, it is. Yesterday. Oh, okay. All right. No, we're just using this as a reference to answer the sample task. Well, please do the last 5 on your own, and we're gonna check it in 2 or 3 minutes. All right. Remember, it is choose the answer that is not appropriate. Not appropriate. All right. Well, let's check it. Number 1, we said was C was not appropriate. Number 2, B. Number 3, B. Train travel. But this is railway. Remember, railways are a type of train. Yes, it wouldn't practice the free time activities. Exactly. All right. Number 4. The materials would be suitable for practicing requesting, making plans, or giving permissions. Number 4, you said C, and you are correct. Yeah, here we're not giving permission. We are requesting and making plans. And 5, the material would give practice in reading for gist, reading for specific information, or reading for detail. The answer that is not appropriate is reading for gist. Now, you have to read for details. You have to read for details because you want to find out the places where you can go and what time they are closing. You know, those are details. And you need to read for specific information too. You need to find the hour and all of that. Yes, so the answer that is inappropriate would be A. Number 6, the activity would require the following interaction patterns: pair work, class mingle, or individual work. Which one is not appropriate? What? No, the correct answer is B. Well, the inappropriate answer is B. Now, it's individual work. First, you work individually. Remember, because you want to plan your day. So first, you plan your day. You decide what you are going to do. You know, you do that on your own. And then you can call the Tourist Information Center to confirm. We're not mingling with the class. You know, this is pair work. You do it by yourself, organize your ideas, and then you call your partner. Boom. Individual and pair work. And number 7, useful pre-teaching for this task could be telling the time, giving directions, or expressing ability. Yeah, expressing ability. We don't need to know I can swim or I can dance. You know, that's not necessary. But telling the time and giving directions is essential. All right, excellent. Any questions with this? Yeah, reading for a gist is reading for the general idea. It is like skimming, exactly. So in this case, we have a map and we have the schedules. We are reading for specific information, and we are reading for details because we need to find the places, and we need to find the hour and all of that. It's not a gist. We're not looking for like the general idea. We need specific things. We need details, or else how am I going to get to my places? You know. Nelly, I'm not understanding. All this type of questions, we need to answer them with the last page, maps page, because of that. And there are some other questions about material too. What other questions are you talking about? Oh, okay, okay. You're talking about the sample test? And okay, so in the sample, let me understand this. In the sample test, you don't have a map, but you need a map. Look, Nelly, I'll take a look at it, and I'll let you guys know if there's anything wrong with it. Well, now, what I can say to you guys about this topic, which is selection and use of supplementary materials and activities. You know, you should always come into the class with some type of supplementary material. If you think that your book and the board and the activities are enough, it's not enough. You should always like take some authentic material, because some students, they don't have the possibility to take or to use the authentic material at home. Now, I see Cleopatra, she says, no, not all the time. Okay, yes, sometimes you don't have the time, but whenever you have the possibility, bring in that authentic material. Make sure it is at their level or just a little more difficult than what it is. All right. Cleopatra, what are you talking about when you had to give feedback? Here, let me activate your speaker. I mean your microphone.
Okay.
Hello.
For example, just when I have to give them the feedback about the grammar, maybe about vocabulary, maybe, so I have to bring some extra materials to get a review about the things we check in class.
Okay. So other than that, you don't bring any like extra authentic material?
Yeah, maybe at the beginning when I want to present my topic, I'm bringing some things to introduce my class.
Okay. Wait, you're doing good?
Yeah.
Yes. Look at Daniel. Yes, Daniel. All right, thank you, Cleopatra. Yes, guys, every opportunity you get, bring in that authentic material for your students. Even if it's just a song, or like Magdalena does, she plays music, that right there is good. All right. But it would be even better if you can make it a part of your aim. For example, if I'm going to teach the present perfect, I can bring in, or I can show them the song, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And we can practice. All right? Guys, I want you to underline the parts where you see the present perfect. And they underline, Have you seen the rain? And all that stuff. Well, that's enough on that. I think we have one more topic and we'll be finished with number 2. We already did this, didn't we? This? Oh, really? Cleopatra's the only one saying no. Where were you, Cleopatra? Yes, I think I remember we did this. Yes, yes. We did this. This is where we discussed the OCP and the realia. Okay, okay. Okay, well, we are finished with module 2. Cleopatra was waiting for her combi. What? Here, give me 1 second. I am uploading the material for the third one. Now, before we continue to module 3, I want you to take a look at this right here. I don't think you have this. I'm not sure. But I want you to just take a look at it. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different types of classes. 1, 2. Ooh, this is ugly. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Daniel, I don't know if you have this. I'm not sure. Because this is an answer sheet. Okay, it's an answer sheet. So I don't think you have it. I don't know. Yes? Well, yeah, a lot of files have key to participants worksheet 1. But do you have this chart? Cleopatra says no. Magdalena, Brenda, Irving, do you have this worksheet? Nelly, Ila? No, right? Yeah, I don't think you should because it's an answer sheet. Okay, no problem. Now, this wasn't in any of the activities that I showed you, but this is very important. Um, Now, this is just talking about the sequencing. You know, sequencing is one of the important things. We should keep it simple and logical. All right. Now, what I mean by simple and logical is, okay, I'm going to give instructions to you. And I have 2 instructions. My first instruction is listen. My second instruction is open your book. The correct thing to say is, listen, open your book to page 20. But there are some teachers that say, open your book to page 20. Listen. That's not logical. And, you know, we have to, you know, find out what's the most logical and practical way and explain it simply. So here are some activities. Okay, number 1, before, introduce the topic, pre-teach vocabulary for reading, learners read for gist, learners read for detail. Focus on interesting language in text. Now, in what type of class can I use this or these stages? In what type of class? Like, am I going to use it for reading, listening, speaking, grammar, fluency? Which one can I use number 1? Nobody? I don't understand why it's writing so big. I am okay. So we have 6 different types of classes. What I want to know is what type of class can I use this for? Number one, we said is a reading class, right? So if I have a reading lesson, these are the perfect stages. Now, number two, establish the meaning of new language. The teacher provides a model of the language. The teacher drills language quarterly. The teacher drills language individually. And students do a controlled practice activity. Number two is what? Yes, number two is for a grammar class. Yes, with vocabulary, you don't really drill them, and you don't have a controlled practice for it. The vocabulary is kind of supplementary to the grammar. Now, number three, you introduce the topic, pre-teach vocabulary for listening. Learners listen for gist, learners listen for detail, and then they discuss based on the topic. Okay? Only listening, Magdalena? Yes, very good. Listening and speaking. Yeah, mostly like listening comprehension, make sure they understand. Very good. Now, number four, teacher and students greet each other. The teacher introduces a new student to the class. The new student tells the class something about himself. The other students respond with some information about themselves. Pair or small group work to help new students integrate. Now, in what situation can we use this? Very good. Speaking and introducing students. Very good. Yeah, guys, when you have new students, to help the student feel comfortable, put them in pairs. Don't put them in a big group because maybe the group is not going to talk to that student. Maybe they will, but it depends. It's safer to put them in a small group if you have a new student. Okay, number five, language work. Example, pronunciation practice. The teacher gives instructions for a role play. The students practice the role plays in pair. 2 students perform the role play in front of the class. Other students perform for each other. What is number five? It's not mingle, Nelly. Mingle is the entire class talking to each other. Yes, it is speaking. Speaking and role playing. Very good. Perfect. And number six, listening to or reading a similar story as a model. The students write a story. The students exchange their stories with a partner. Students read the partner's stories to suggest improvements. Students rewrite their stories to improve them. What do you have for number six? That's writing. Perfect. Oops. Sorry, you're right. Okay, so look, the main objective for number six is writing. We are only using the listening and the reading to give a model. To give a model. If you want to, I can send it to you. Let me see. One moment. I'm going to send it to the WhatsApp group, like not a picture or anything like that. All right. Well, it should be sending in a minute. In the meantime, that is all for Module 2. Remember, Module 2 is mostly about, planning and selecting the correct material. I'm going to close this now. And here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. We finished Module 2. It was a long one, and it's usually the most difficult one, right? Then for now, like I said, if you are good at planning, then that will be a piece of cake to you. If you're not good at planning, well, revise those activities, please. And now, number 3, you can relax a little bit more. It's more logical things, so it should be easy. Now, we're going to begin. I want us to discuss 3 topics. I don't know if we will have time. If not, it's okay. That next week we will have plenty of time. In Module 3, I believe we have seven topics, and well, they're all pretty basic topics. They're not nothing crazy like the ones from Module 2. They have 4 worksheets per topic. No, these are easy. Cleopatra, what are you saying? Oh, tomorrow. I meant tomorrow. Yes, we're going to finish it tomorrow. Okay. So our first topic is teacher language appropriacy. Yes, yes. It would be nice. We can all go to La Roqueta. In June. Yes, we can go for some ceviche or some pescado a la talla. Now look, teacher language appropriacy of use. What do you think this means? What do you think that means? The teacher, the correct grammar in class, the way we develop in classes. Okay, anything else? Teacher language appropriacy of use. Okay. The way the teacher has to be. How does the teacher have to be? Tolerant? Okay. The behavior? Respectful? Yes, yes. Polite? The teacher has to be perfect. Now, this is the language appropriacy of use is the language the teacher should use in his or her class. Now, not just any language, you know, it can be formal or it can be informal, but this is usually the suitable language the teacher should use in his or her class. Let me make it more formal. For the teacher to use in his or her class. Now, what do you consider suitable language for the teacher to use in his or her class? I know some of you said polite. Responsible. Okay, the attitude. Okay, grading your speaking, like Nelly said. Should be tolerant when the language you use. What do you mean by that? Respectful, yes, yes. With the failure from the students, okay, like don't say bad things to them when they fail. Don't take over the class. Okay, cool. Respectful. Yes. Now, everybody, I would like for you to go to this page. I don't know if you have it. If you don't have it, it's okay, you know. Remember, like I said, this is not an essential. This is not an essential work page. It's just a crossword puzzle. It's the appropriacy of use. Teacher language appropriacy of use. You don't have any module 3? Does anybody have module 3? Cleopatra, what happened? They were supposed to be emailed to you. If you don't have it, send a message to the group chat, and so the director can see it and he can send it to you. Mario doesn't answer. All right. Well, Brenda, thank you so much. I guess she will help you out. All right. Now, for those of you that do have it, please go to this page and let me know when you are ready. The name of the file is right there. Is teacher language appropriacy of use. It's on the screen. I don't know if you can see the screen. Teacher language appropriacy of use. Oh my God, Nelly's on fire. Formal, clear, direct, polite, informal, and simple. You don't have the worksheets, so you're gonna go get some coffee. Nice, nice. Yes, of course, Brenda.
De ayer y sí trae todas, son mucho menos que las del módulo 2. Y sí, en el correo vienen las direcciones de todos. Acabo de reenviar el correo tal cual lo mandó el maestro Mario. Y si hace falta alguien o si estaba mal el correo de alguien para que se los reenvíe, pero sí los mandó desde ayer, creo, antier. Era todo, maestro, perdón.
Thank you. No, don't worry.
Pero si alguien hace falta para que me diga y ya. Okay, that's all. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Brenda, for your assistance. But Irving, you have them, right? All right, cool, cool. Okay, great. And Daniel, did you print them? All right, cool. Okay. Nice, nice. Yes. Well, let's continue so we don't lose too much time. Well, these 6 words describe the type of language teachers should use in the classroom. We should always be clear, polite, simple, direct, and depending on the type of class, formal or informal. All right? Now, what the difference between formal and informal is, like, maybe you have a business class and maybe you have a conversation class. Obviously for the business class you had to be a little formal. Now you can mix a little informal, formal, every now and then it is, necessary so you don't sound like robots. But yes, guys, I think the one that we need to work on the most as teachers is being simple. That is one thing that we can always improve on, keeping our language as simple as possible. Simplicity is important. Politeness too. It is very sad to see teachers who are very rude to their students. And, well, I hate to see it. Don't be those teachers, guys. One status has changed. Well, we're going to discuss this as a class. We're going to say whether this is appropriate and inappropriate and why. Let me exit out of here. Okay. So work with a partner, in this case, a class, and discuss whether the examples of teacher language are appropriate or inappropriate. Give reasons for your answers. All right. Now, I am going to ask you whether you choose appropriate or inappropriate. And if I see that you answer, I will unlock your microphone so you can explain why to us. Okay? So, number 1, said to the class of elementary school students, please tell me your names. Is this appropriate or inappropriate? Oh my gosh. Moderna is fast. No, you're missing a P. INAPP. 2 P's. Yeah. All right. Daniel, you say appropriate. Can you explain why you said appropriate?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I said it's appropriate because when you are working with a secondary school, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to to be a formal way. You can use in an informal because they are a young people, so you can down to this to the level the of the students, I think.
Okay, okay. So you think it's appropriate because it's for their level.
Yes, it's because if we are in a business class, we have to be formal.
Okay. Okay, very good.
Obviously, you have to separate when you have to be informal and formal.
All right. Yes, that's true. Now, but what would you consider this? Please tell me your names. Is this formal, informal, or neutral?
I think it's my turn.
No, 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 no. I unlocked everybody's microphone,
Oh,
but only activate it when I call your name, guys. All right.
Okay.
so do I have to
All
log
right.
it?
Yes, for right now, yes, please. All right. Well, thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Now, number 2 is said to an adult elementary learner. I believe that your hard work has really produced results. Congratulations. Do you think this is appropriate or inappropriate? Magdalena, you said it's too informal? Okay, okay. Anybody else? Brenda, Ela, Nelly. You think it's appropriate? Appropriate. Appropriate. Well, guys, it is probably inappropriate. Now, let me explain why. It's kind of inappropriate because the the language is too complicated for an elementary learner. You know, elementary is, not even well, it's only A1. It's only A1. It's an adult. Yes, it's an adult, but it's elementary, like A1. They don't know the present perfect. I believe that your work has really produced results. They don't know the present perfect. They suppose that they are learning. What do you mean by that, Magdalena? You can unlock your mic if you like.
I mean, it's the way you say that it's too much for them because they are learning. They don't know the formal structures.
Yes, that's true. Now, Magdalena, what do you think would be a better way to praise your student there?
Just say, like, the kids, excellent, you're working well, or things like that.
Yeah, very good. Keep it short and simple. Boom.
Yeah.
Now, in what level, A1, A2, B1, B2, etc., do you think this is kind of appropriate?
B2 or maybe the C1 because it's
B2 or
supposed
C?
that you are an advanced student.
Yes, very good. You have a very complicated sentence right there. Thank you, Magdalena.
Yes, you're welcome.
Number 3, said to a teenage intermediate student. Intermediate, that means they are almost advanced. You clever boy, your mommy will be proud, or mommy will be pleased with your mark. Do you think this is appropriate or inappropriate for a teenage intermediate student? You clever boy, your mommy will be pleased with your mark. Think about a
I
teenage.
think it's inappropriate.
Yes, I think it's, well, it is inappropriate.
Yes, because obviously they understand what you said, but I think according to the age, it's not a phrase that you have to use student.
Yes, it is too childish for a teenager.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, Magdalena, they can understand. Yes, but you will make the student be like, "Yeah, I soy un niño." Like, why are you talking to me like
Yes.
my mom? They probably like, my mom doesn't care
Uh-huh.
about me. You know how teenagers are. Ooh, that's a good one.
Brenda.
I don't know. Yeah, yes.
Yes. Yes. But
Okay.
it's not it's inappropriate because the language is very formal, right?
Very, very childish. It's very childish, you know.
Childish.
Yeah, like that's something you would
What's the
say
meaning?
to childish is when something is, you say something for children.
Okay.
Um, and that is something you say to a children, children actually care about their moms being happy about their grade. But the teenager is like, they are very independent.
Uh-huh.
He feels so embarrassed when we check the family tree. Oh my gosh, Magdalena, that's another topic. That's another topic. I don't want to get sad. Well, number 4, said to a group of 9 to 10-year-old intermediate students. So these are young, but they are intelligent. While it is possible to use the past tense here, it's much more common and natural to use the present simple instead.
Yes, sir.
Appropriate or inappropriate? What do you guys think?
Mister, can you
Yeah?
listen? Uh, Ila said that if you can explain writing here on the chat.
I can explain what?
I don't know. Only she wrote write it, please, teacher.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Okay. Brenda, why do you say this is inappropriate? You are correct. But why do you say that?
Because I think the instructions are very high level. I mean, the vocabulary is very high level for little kids of 9, 10 years old, and maybe I have already explained past tense, but not in that words. Maybe I just use like expressions like past actions or things I did or something like that. That's the reason I think it's inappropriate.
Yeah, it's too common. I mean, it's too complicated for this age group, right?
Yes, that's what I think.
And it's not clear. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, Brenda. Number 5, said to a group of advanced adult business students. What excellent work. You have been very, very good students. It's funny. Yes, Irving. It is inappropriate. Irving, can you tell us why it is inappropriate?
Because the vocabulary is very basic.
Yes.
And if they are advanced in business students, you can say that in a more formal way with
Okay.
with vocabulary more advanced.
Okay. What could you say to your students that are advanced business students?
You have been working quite excellent. something like that.
All right, yes, something around that the area, right? Very good. Thank you, Irving.
Welcome.
And number 6, said to an elementary adult student, "This work is awful, careless, and poor quality. Do it again." Yes, inappropriate. You've never said this to your students? Come on, Brenda. I know if you said this to your students one time. I feel like Nelly is the type to say this type of things. Nelly or Belen. Well, yes, it is very it's very rude and disrespectful and impolite. She called him ñoño. Oh my gosh. That's good. I mean, if you have that type of relationship with your students, I guess it's cool. Give the class a laugh. Well, let's do number 7. Said to a group of teenage intermediate students, "Could you get into groups and check your answers together? Do you think this is appropriate or inappropriate?" Yeah, it's appropriate. That one doesn't need an explanation. It's pretty simple. They can understand instructions at that age. Now, 8, said to a group of secondary beginners. Okay, so they're in secondary school and they are beginners. "Just get into groups and do the writing." Just get into groups and do the writing. Number 8 is inappropriate. Magdalena, why do you say it's inappropriate?
Appropriate because they are beginners and they are in secondary school. So maybe you can say that, but you have to use the mimic to explain,
Yeah.
and they can familiarize with the vocabulary, with the new vocabulary that they are learning.
Yes, you're right. And another thing I want to add that it's too casual. It's too vague. You
Yeah.
know, you can reduce it. You can say get into groups and write.
Yes.
But if
Easier.
I say do the writing, that's kind of,
Do it yourself.
yeah, it's inappropriate. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And number 9, said to a group of primary intermediate students, "Color the picture for homework and write the names of the objects under each picture." Okay? Primary intermediate students. Very good. It is appropriate. It's stuff that they do in primary school, and they are intermediate, so they can understand. The instructions are not very complicated. It's an activity that's perfect for them. And number 10. Number 10. Said to an adult student who is very shy, "Okay, stand up and sing us the song." Oh my gosh. That gave me an anxiety attack. It is mega inappropriate. Mega inappropriate. You know, this is considered insensitive. That's considered very insensitive. Um, and you know, you should always take your students' feelings into consideration. You have an experience with that, Magdalena? You did that to your students? Yes, share it.
Once I have a group and I have a boy that was really bad at English in all the skills. And I usually, when I have the text, the reading part, I let them to read maybe a line and then another and another. And that boy read, but obviously it was very, very bad. And all the classmates always make jokes about him because the English. And when the class finished, he came with me and he told me that please, when I want to read, when I want him to read, just tell him, but in private, that he is going to read with me. But please do not do it to read in the whole class. And I feel embarrassed and I say sorry. But I think that he was correct. I don't know. He was.
Wow. Well, at least you know he was honest. I know that helped a lot. And
Yeah,
how is he now?
I think that Brenda and Belen knows him. His name was Chan, and he finished the school, but I think that he never were good in English.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, Magdalena.
yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Yes, guys, please don't put your shy students on the spot. Oh my gosh, that will make them never want to come to your class again. Um, so yes, you know, always take you know their personalities into consideration. Well, let's go to the next page. All right. Does everybody have this page? Appropriacy of use participants worksheet 3. For this one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, only 5 pages. Eli, you need a screenshot? Do you want it to your email or to the group? Oh, okay. This right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of it. Okay. Now let's move on. For questions 1 to 6, match what the teacher is doing with the purposes for using the student's first language, listed A, B, and C. All right. Now, you know, as you all know, it's better to never use Spanish in our classes, but sometimes it is necessary, and there are a few exceptions. All right, so let's look at this. Number one, the teacher is asking students to show they know what to do for homework. Is that A, B, or C? Yes, they are checking understanding. A. Number two, the teacher is giving individual reading feedback to a weak student. That is C. All right. The teacher is encouraging elementary students to try new ways of learning. Yes, number three is C. Yeah, when we encourage, it's motivating. All right, encourage is a synonym to motivate. So that one is definitely C. Four, telling a large group of teenagers the rules of a game. Number four is B. Very good. And five, asking students to translate the meaning of new words. Five is checking understanding. Excellent. And six, showing a group of beginners exactly how to use a self-assess center. Very good. When it's how to use something, it's the procedures. Okay? Do you have any questions of this? To copy? Okay. Do you want me to send like a picture of this to the group? Okay. I guess I should download WhatsApp on my computer. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go to the next page. Could I have somebody read the instructions, preferably Irving?
Sure.
All right, thank you, Irving. Can you read task B?
Yeah. For questions 1 to 6, match the teacher's instructions to an elementary class with the teacher trainer's comments. Listed A to G. Mark the correct letter A, B, or C on your answer sheet. There is one extra option which you don't need to use.
Thank you so much. Irving,
Yes.
please help me with the rest, all right?
Teacher's instructions?
Yeah, just read the first one.
Okay, number 1, compare your answers with what the others have written down. Oh, first you should get into groups.
Ugh, very ugly instructions. Now, what do you think the teacher trainer might say to this teacher?
Let me see. I don't have to choose just A, B, or C, or do you want me to change the phrase?
No, just we're going to match the numbers with the letters.
Checking,
The
understanding, explaining procedures, and motivating.
I'm talking about these right here. So we have the teacher's
Okay, got it,
instructions.
got it.
And we're gonna match it to these. Yeah. So what do you think is number one, guys? Magdalena says B. Magdalena says B again. Yes, I think number one is B. Definitely, it definitely is B. Why? What was the mistake here? What was the mistake here? What should she, the teacher, have said? Magdalena?
The teacher don't get the.
Repeat the question. I was reading the another.
Yes. What should the teacher have said in number one?
He first have to say the instruction and then the way that they're going to work.
All right. So give me what he should have said.
Okay, you should get into groups and compare your answers with that the others have written down.
Excellent. That's what the teacher should have said. Thank you. Can you read number two, Magdalena?
Sure. Write it say tonight and hide it tomorrow, please.
Right
And
there, essay tonight and hand it in tomorrow, please. Okay. What do you
I
think is
think
the answer for that?
that the answer is the letter A. I don't think you've allowed them enough time. Check that they don't have any other homework to do.
Hmm.
Because he's
Okay. Okay.
asking for an essay.
Okay. We're gonna put it. We're gonna put it. Number one is A. Sorry, number two is A. Now, if we have any doubts, we might come back and check it. Okay, number three. Now we're going to move on to the role play on page 7. Read the instructions and start when you're ready. Okay, off you go. What do you think would be the teacher trainer's comments to this? It's very funny. He said, see, now we're going to move on to the role play page. Don't be in such a hurry to start new work.
Maybe letter G.
Hmm?
Letter G. Letter G.
It is letter G, yes. It is letter G. Always check students have understood your instructions. A demonstration of the activity is a good idea. Yeah, don't tell them to do something and not give them a model. It's very important to give them a model before they actually do it. Thank you, Daniel.
Okay.
Brenda and Magdalena, I see why you chose that, because you said off you go. And but the thing is that they haven't done anything so far. So number 4, Daniel, can you read number 4?
Number 4. Can anybody tell me the answer to number 1? Mm, I think it could be letter F.
Ooh,
Letter
okay,
F.
okay.
Because it's better to nominate a particular students rather than asking the whole class in order to give the weaker ones a change.
Very good.
Okay, a weaker student, a student to say something.
Yeah. But also, guys, let me point something out. Yes, it's better to nominate a particular student rather than asking the whole class in order to give the weaker ones a chance. Yes, because if you ask the class, only the smart ones are going to answer, or only the impulsive ones are going to answer. But what about the quiet ones? What about the ones that don't really speak, that don't really know anything? Now, I don't recommend that you say, you or fulanito, can you give me the answer? If you know the student is a weak student, first, you know, ask the smarter students or the impulsive students, right? And then ask the shy students or the lower students. That way they don't feel like they're being targeted, you know, because it can happen, if you're always trying to say, hey, fulanito, hey, shy student, what is your answer for this? Maybe you ask them one or two times, but they're going to be like, teacher, why are you always asking me? I don't know, teacher. So first let others answer and then let the weak one answer. That way they don't feel like they're a target. I always ask a student to tell me a number of the list. What do you mean, Magdalena?
The list is the same that the roll call. How do you say lista? La lista de asistencia in
The
English.
attendance sheet.
Attendance. Can you write it?
Yeah.
Well, what I do is always I ask the student to tell me a number of the attendance sheet. So, for example, the number 9. Okay, who's the number 9? Okay, you are going to answer that question, and that's the way I worked.
Okay, you rotate.
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's good.
choose the number. I didn't choose the student specific.
Okay, cool. That's a good one. So everything is neutral.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Magdalena, can you read 5?
Yes. Um. Right. Would you all turn to page 72, or is it 62? Wait a minute. I'll just look. It's 52. Sorry. So I think that the answer is the letter D. Check references in your lesson plan in advance, not while you're giving the instructions.
Yes, definitely. And I mean, sometimes it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
If it happens to you every once in a while, don't feel bad. And 6, Magdalena.
Yes. Sorry, no more time for questions. We need to move on. We've got a lot to get through this morning. I think it's the letter C.
Yes, it's C. That's us during the TKT. We have a lot of things to get through. Well, that is it. I will take a picture of it and send it to the group. Any questions with this, guys? No? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy? All right. All right. Ela, you've been quiet all day. Could you help me with this worksheet? I'm tired. Okay, I'll choose somebody else. Let's see. Brenda G.
I need to read.
Yes, please. Task C.
Task C. For questions 1 to 6, look at the classroom activities and the teacher's instructions listed A, B, and C. Choose the instruction that would come first, A, B, or C. Mark the correct letter, A, B, or C, on your answer sheet. Number 1, the teacher, yep,
Oh, go ahead.
okay. The teacher gives learners an article from a newspaper to read for the first time. The teacher says, A, discuss what you think about the opinions in the article in pairs. B, read the article quickly and decide on a good title for it. C, look at these 10 questions. The answers are in the text. You have 15 minutes.
Which activity do you think goes first?
B.
B, definitely. Number 1 is B. Read the article quickly and decide on a good title for it. Yes, first. What sub skill is that?
Scanning? No.
Uh,
Skimming.
it's skimming. And remember, skimming is usually one of those activities that goes first.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Brenda, number 2.
Number 2. The teacher wants to teach learners some new vocabulary connected to food. The teacher says, A, look at the picture. What is this? Yes, good biscuit. Yes, good biscuit. B, listen and repeat. Biscuit. All together, biscuit. C, can you make a sentence using the word biscuit?
It's biscuit.
Yeah.
Biscuit. Which one do you think goes
Thank
first,
you.
guys? A, B, or C?
I think it's A.
All of you are saying A.
But it's not.
Oh my God.
Why not? Listen and repeat. It's B.
Okay. At first, you cannot say, "Look at this picture. What is this?" Because they're not going to know the pronunciation. Okay, they're not going to know the pronunciation. So you need to tell them to listen and repeat. Biscuit. All together, biscuit. It is B. Now, maybe you tell them, listen and repeat, and you show them 10 foods. Boom, 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 boom. And now, to see if they remember, you can show them, okay, now what is this picture? Oh, biscuit. All right, now it would make sense to do activity A. But first, they have to learn the pronunciation. That's why they listen and repeat. Okay, guys? Yes, teacher. Okay, very good.
Sorry, teacher. Yeah.
Nah, just kidding. Number 3.
Learners to practice language learned in the lesson by doing a role play. The teacher says, A, Gina and Laura, come to the front here and do your role play for the whole class. B, look at the cards and I have given you. This is some more information about the people. C, Ace, you are the interviewer, and B, you are a famous person being interviewed.
All right, now, guys, in the chat, what do you think this is? What goes first? Come on, don't be scared, guys. Answer it. Ela, Daniel, Nelly. So it's okay. It's okay if you're not sure. Either way, we're gonna check it. But actually, guys, all of you are wrong again. It is C. Now, let me explain why. Um, the first, the first instructions, first you have to tell the students what they are. Okay, you're the interviewer and you're the famous person. All right, and then you give them the cards. Boom, boom. All right, there is more information about you, the interviewer. Here's more information about you, the famous person. All right. Okay, okay, don't worry, Nelly. I understand. All right. So now does that make sense? Because if you tell them, look at the cards I have given you. This is some information about the people. Teacher, what am I? The interviewer or the famous person? So first tell them what they are, and then tell them to look at the details. Okay, number 4, Brenda.
4. The teacher wants learners to develop their oral fluency in a discussion activity. The teacher says, A. Antonio, what did your group think about question number 1? B. Talk about these questions in groups. Choose someone to report back for the group. C. There are some comments you made on the board. Can you correct them?
Okay. What do you think goes first for number 4? For C? Okay. Daniel says C. Irving says B. Ela says B. Yes, B is the correct one here, my friends. Remember, first they need to do the group activity. Then a person reports to the class, and then you can give them feedback on the mistakes they made. Okay? Irving. Number 5.
Okay, 5. The teacher wants learners to use a recording of a song as a listening comprehension exercise in class. The teacher says, A. Read the transcript and underline the words that you don't know. B. Listen and tell me what kind of song you think this is, happy, sad, romantic. C. While you listen to the song, fill in the gaps in the transcript.
All right. Number 5. Very good, everyone. Everyone got this correct. One thing I want to point out is that we always start with the general activities, and then we start getting specific, and specificer. I don't know if that's a word, but always general to more specific. Okay. Number 6, Brenda.
6. The teacher wants to help learners with intonation patterns. The teacher says, A. Practice the sentences with your partner. Make sure you sound interested or bored. B. Come to the board and write your answers. I. If they are interested, and B. If they are bored. C. Listen to these people talking. Do they sound interested or bored?
All right, guys. What do you think is 6? Yes, it is C. Very good. Very good. Here, I'm going to take a picture and send it to the group.
You hear me, teacher?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you repeat, please, what you are saying? The first is making a group, and then,
Oh, okay. I'll write it for you. Um,
please. Thank you.
okay. So first, do general activities. Okay. Listen. What do you think this conversation is about? Or how do these people sound? Do they sound happy or sad? Um, read this story quickly. What do you think is an appropriate title for it? Those are general things, and then you begin to do more specific ones, um, where they ask basic comprehension questions, um, and then you do more specific. Okay, what does this word mean in this paragraph?
Mhm.
Okay, or
Okay.
if you're going to work in groups, remember first you do individual work if it's necessary. First you do it individually, then you work with a partner.
Uh-huh.
Or first you are working individually, you get with the group, discuss with the group, and then the group reports to the class.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right.
And well, it is 1:58. Let me explain we only did one topic with the module 3. It's okay. The rest are really quick. I want to explain two, the module 2 thing. Do it. Do the module 2 sample test. Yes, the homework is the module 2 sample test. Now remember, it's only 80 minutes. It's only 80 minutes. So this is what I recommend to you. Get your timer. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Get a pencil, an eraser. Set the timer for 80 minutes. Take the test. Now, if you finish the test, that's good. If you have extra time, it's a good idea to use your notes to check your answers. This is not the real test. You can use your notes, but just to measure where you are at, first do it without the notes, and then if you have time, check it with your own notes. And of course, tomorrow morning, we're gonna go over it together. Mm, what else can I say? I'll give you more instructions tomorrow. So please do that. If you have extra time, check it with your notes. All right? Cleopatra, bye. Okay, okay. Yes, no problem. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for coming to the class. I hope you guys learned something today. And I'm going to ask you if you learned something tomorrow, so please be prepared. And have a nice day, guys. See you.